Alright guys, welcome back to What If I Was Reincarnated as Goku. I'm enjoying this series, hope you're enjoying it too. I'm getting some hate comments about has-been videos, but I enjoy making them and people enjoy watching them since it's my most viewed video. And trying to become a YouTuber, you have to post videos that people actually watch. And I'll never stop doing DBZ videos, so if you don't like has-been, just watch these. With that being said, let's get to it. After Beerus left, I felt defeated. Chi-Chi left me. I no longer had a wife, but I never really had her to begin with. This was Goku's life, not mine. Everyone looked at me coldly, except for Piccolo, and those who already knew I was reincarnated. I felt like a stranger in a world that I loved, in a world that I'd cherish. I didn't belong anymore. I knew Frieza was coming later, so I had to get people ready, but no one wanted to listen to me. So, I just flew off and began to sit down. If the Omni King gets bored, he'll just erase me. It seems like it's over. I've lost, not physically but mentally. There's no point in fighting. There's no point of going on if everyone hates you. But then I stood up and said, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. There has to be a way to win. Then I had an idea. If these guys don't like me, then I'll just wish back someone who will. As I gathered the Dragon Balls, I prepared to make a wish, to bring back one of my favorite side characters of all time. As I summoned the dragon, since Kami was never replaced, he would only have one wish anyway. I would wish to bring Captain Ginyu here, since he shouldn't have died in this timeline, and Shinron would actually oblige, as suddenly Captain Ginyu would appear, as he was doing a mid-pose. As he looked and said, "Who the hell are you?" I would look at him and say, "I'm someone who needs your help. Do this for me, and I'll grant your wish, even if it means bringing back Lord Frieza." "You can do that?" Captain Ginyu looked at me and said, "So, why do you need my help?" "Because if I don't, I'll get destroyed, and this entire universe might get erased, too." Captain Ginyu was intrigued. As he started to look up at me, he would say, "Listen, I've heard about you, and you hurt Lord Frieza, so I would never work with you. However, you offer me something great. Why do this to an enemy?" I would look at him and say, "First of all, don't try to take my body, because I know about that technique." Captain Ginyu would look at me and say, "How?" "Because I'm not from this world. I'm a reincarnation. You see," and I would start to tell him everything. "So I have a deal with you. If you help me, I can bring you into my old world with all your powers and skills. You'll become famous, like a celebrity. Isn't that what you want, Captain Ginyu, to show off your amazing poses and make the Ginyu Force more famous than ever?" Captain Ginyu would look at me and be intrigued. Being the strongest one in the universe sounds fun. And he could show off all his great poses, and he would be a hero of someone famous. Captain Ginyu liked being a villain, but he cared about one thing more than anything else, and that was fame. Captain Ginyu looked at me and said, "Sounds good, but I gotta bring my squad along with me." As he laughed, "Alright. Oh, and anyone who's not pure heart can't see the planet from space, so it's gonna be hard bringing them here. You can wish them here next year." Captain Ginyu would look at me and sigh, saying, "Alright." As then, me and him started to discuss things, and I started to train. As I prepared to train again and again and again, I had to be ready for any threats. I had to be ready in case Beerus came. But since Beerus wouldn't let Whis teach me, learning Ultra Instinct would be a lot harder. And I had to hide Captain Ginyu from everyone. As I continued to train, a few months passed. Not much happened. I would see Vegeta, Raditz, and others from now and then. But recently I've been keeping to myself. And Chi-Chi, even though I try to talk to her, even though I try to talk to Gohan, they want nothing to do with me. It seems they know I'm not their father, and, well, since I'm not a father, since I'm not a husband, why would they ever want to talk to me? All I am is a fraud and a liar. As I continued to train with Captain Ginyu and send him back to hide, eventually something would happen. As I would sense a presence here, it was Lord Beerus. But what was he doing on this planet? And he was coming near me. Is this about Captain Ginyu? Does he see through my plan? Suddenly, Beerus would appear in front of me as he smirked and looked at me. Well, well, well. Look what we have here. Isn't my least favorite friend? "So, Nico, that pathetic channel name, are you ready for some fun training?" I looked at him and said, "What do you mean?" "Well, as much as I despise your grotesque existence." Suddenly he would grab my neck and begin to squeeze it as I started to cough up blood. I have to make you entertaining so the Omni King can be happy. And nothing's more entertaining than being strong. Am I right? Beerus would let go of my neck as I looked up and say, yeah, you're right. Excellent. Now follow me for the most intense training you've ever felt before. Suddenly, Beerus would grab me. As Beerus and Whis began to travel out throughout the universe, I was stuck. It was almost like I was being kidnapped, forced to train in ways I never trained before, just to become strong enough to entertain the Omni King. As Beerus brought me back to his planet, he would then throw me down to the ground. As I started to get up, I started to barely be able to breathe, until finally I could talk and breathe. As I looked at Beerus and said, what's that for? You know that if I die, I won't be entertaining. Beerus looked at me and said, shut up. The only reason I don't erase you is because of the Omni King. Besides, you need a test. So, I brought up someone 3 months ago. I went to Namek to bring back someone special. As I was shocked 3 months ago, that's how long it takes for Frieza to train. As I looked around and said, you wouldn't. Beerus laughed and said, oh, I would. True, I don't really like him, but I like him better than you. At least he admits who he really is. Suddenly, Frieza would walk out, and he would turn gold. And he's perfected his form, so don't try to hold out till his form runs out. You're gonna have to beat him through pure strength. Frieza would laugh and say, hello, monkey. Or should I not call you that, since you weren't a monkey to begin with? Either way, it'll be fun killing you. As I got up and turned blue, Frieza looked at me in his golden form. You know, Frieza, we don't have to do this. Frieza would say, can it, monkey? With you dead, I'll be the Omni King's new favorite, and I can use that for my advantage. Me and Frieza then began to battle each other. As I and Frieza continued the battle, Frieza's golden form was beautiful. It almost blinded me. And even though my blue form was able to keep up, Frieza wasn't going to run out of stamina. Frieza mastered his form, so I had to think of a plan. Even though I was stronger than Goku in this timeline because of my training, Frieza was stronger too because he trained a bit with Beerus. We were both even, neck and neck, as Frieza began to laugh. You know, as much as I hate to admit it, I've heard about the original monkey, and I heard he was a talented martial artist. You're nothing like that. You just rely on raw strength, just like me. We're not so different, are we? That's why I need to wipe you out, so no one can threaten my throne. I looked at Frieza and said, we don't have to do this. The only reason I killed you is because Frieza would say, shut up. I know you used to not be a monkey, but you're a monkey now, and I'll never work with a monkey. And you humiliated me. I am the Lord of the universe. I should never have to train. I should never have to get my hands soiled. But look at you, forcing me out there, forcing me to train, forcing me to soil my hands in dirt. You disgust me, monkey. Your entire race does. I don't care if you used to be human or not, because I will destroy you and that entire pathetic planet afterwards. As I started to charge the Kamehameha as one last attempt, I fired it at Frieza as Frieza fired a ki blast at me. Both the beams hit each other as I went at it with everything I had, every single inch of power, every single inch of strength, as I continued to push myself further and further and further, everything I got. I just started to scream as I put all my energy into it. Frieza put all of his energy into his blast, as suddenly it would overtake mine, hitting me. But then I had a plan. As I would fall down to the floor, my power would fade away as I would lay down, looking dead. Frieza would walk up to me and say, well, that was easy. I did it, Beerus. I slaughtered the monkey, but suddenly I would stand up and turn blue, right as Frieza went out of his golden form, and I would blast a hole into his chest as he fell to the floor. I would smirk and say, originally, you were going to trick Goku, pretend to be weak and helpless, and have him be shot with a blaster. So I decided to do the same thing. I would cough up blood as I walked to Frieza, and before he can do anything, I grabbed his head and ripped it clean off. Beerus would look at me and say, you won by playing dirty, but you still won. But don't get cocky, your training has only just begun. And that is going to leave things off. Hope you enjoyed this series so far. How do you think it's going to continue? I don't know. I have some ideas. But, okay, I do know since I'm the one who makes everything, let's be honest. But I have some ideas, so there's a couple ways this could go. I'm enjoying this series a lot. And I hope you all don't hate my channel. And the majority of you are not leaving hate comments. There's only a few of you leaving these hate comments, so it doesn't really affect me. I just wanted to address them to let you guys know that I'm not going to stop doing Has-Been Hotel videos just because you tell me to stop. People enjoy them, people like them, and if you don't like them, just watch DBZ. I'm never going to stop making DBZ, okay? And I love all you guys, and I'm glad you like my videos, and I'm glad you watch, and I'm glad you make me who I am. I do appreciate that. I never said I haven't. So yeah. Also, if you made it this far in the videos, please comment "I like hungry turtles" to confuse everyone else who doesn't make it this far down in the comments below. Please and thank you. Love you all. Peace out, and I hope you have an amazing day.